Hi, folks. Part six of our leader standards discussion. I'm hoping today to be able to wrap up exactly what I'm talking about in terms of leader standards and also show you a big picture on how it applies to the business. So, let me see if I can share my whiteboard again. And I'm going to draw a nice little visual which I hope will help you out with some understanding. Here it comes. All right, excellent. So let's just have a look at a couple of things here. A business is obviously made up of silos, whether we'd like to believe that silos are there or not. We've got to acknowledge that there are some level of silo in our business. So when we look at silos, we have, different departments, product lines, or, steps of a process, a larger process that are um, separately run by different leadership and different management within a business. Now, these silos, sometimes they work great within themselves and other times they don't. So they might be quite good in here within the silo. But the real problem we have is between our silos. That's where the issues are, and that's where our big wins are as well. We're trying to improve. So, how do leader standards help to affect this? Well, the thing with leaders and leaders at every level of business, not just executive leadership, but also management and supervision and then teams, is that you have an opportunity to actually cut across the silos, okay, in several ways. So, when we're cutting across the silos, we're actually breaking down our barriers within the business. And we basically got to look at this. If we look at the top of the business, we've got our leadership team, so executives, we've got our management, we've got our supervision, and we have our teams, different levels. All right. So, how do leaders break across these silos in terms of the standards that they display at all those different levels? Well, in terms of your executive leadership, they've got to be looking at gaps. The gaps in our performance, our strategy, and in our KPIs. All right. Management needs to implement new ideas and they need to hit KPIs. And they also need to make sure that things are improving, things are going in the right direction. Supervision must run the process. They've got to remove wastes and they need to shorten cycle times. Okay. And your teams and your team leaders have got to manage their variation and make sure that they're consistent with their results. And they also need to practice Kaizen, which, if you recall me saying previously, is to improve every day with practical wisdom. So if we have our different levels in the business focusing on their leader standards in those ways, we're going to see an improvement across the business, regardless of the silos, because it will mean at that point that these leaders are working across all different parts of the business, across all departments together and working as cross-functional teams together to achieve the right results. And they do that through their own actions and behaviours. And the upshot of that is that we can actually start to eliminate the problems between silos. And suddenly we don't have problems there. We have the business collaborating really well. The silos are broken down and we have more green on our business. So I hope that's helped you a bit. I hope that you got something out of the leader standards discussion over the last 6 parts. I hope that it was very enjoyable. If you have any questions, well, if you're probably watching this, you're probably able to contact me somehow through some form of social media, LinkedIn or our website, kodo.com.au. And I look forward to providing you with the next bit of information that might be useful. Cheerio.